excited.
Yeah, I am too.
Thank
To be,
you.
I know that when young people stand up, things happen and make us a better place to live. That's for sure. And I'm so happy that because just gonna throw this out there. I knew Haley when her mom was carrying her.
I told y'all I'm a daughter of Pensacola.
But Mr. McIntosh knows everybody under the sun. So, like, I don't know that there's a person in Pensacola that he doesn't know. So, okay.
Hale, I do have one more question. So if there is one message you want us to take out to the community about you, what is it you would like us to share? When people say, why should we vote for Hale? What do you want us to say?
Why people should vote for Hale? Because I actually care. And I have the track record to prove it. I'm not just here on sensationalism. I'm not just here to grow a political career. I'm here because I actually want to see something change, and I actually care about the people of Northwest Florida, especially state of Florida, all day. And that's what I want people to know about me. They can Google me all they want to, but please understand that I am here on business, on assignment, because I really care, and we deserve so much better.
I know you need financial help, so you want to tell us how to do that?
I do.
Make your heart ask. Make your heart ask. This is your practice time to do it.
Here we go. Well, I am in the period where I am raising qualifying funds and getting funds for everything that is absolutely necessary in order to win this race. If you can make the highest contribution of $500, let's start there, and then see what we can do from there. Then please absolutely make a contribution. My Act Blue, if you are watching, other way. Please hit the QR code, scan with your phone if you're able to do that. But also, Derek has the Act Blue that is rotating right here. So please donate. Donate for better change. Donate because you believe in me, and I know that most of you do. And we can all agree that we deserve better.
Definitely need that.
It's me.
And I will just say too, because you started at the high $500 threshold, which is great. But I certainly don't want to leave those who can donate $5 or $10 out. So
anything matters.
Anything, yeah.
But start at the highest that you can give to me. I'll just be honest. We're trying to get this thing rolling, and then But everything matters. I promise. I appreciate all of the support. This run is not about me as Haley Morissette myself. This run is about all of us.
Well, Haley, Jill, so I know you want to.
You want me to say something else? So I would just say that we've been talking about wanting someone, probably if I'm Jerry and Bill, they're gonna say for 20 years we've been waiting for somebody to do it. For the rest of us, we're gonna say for 5 or 10 years or something like that, just for a young person who is involved, engaged, and as powerful as you. Like, it couldn't just be anybody. It had to be the right person. And what I would say is I absolutely believe that you're the right person. I think that you're going to start a firestorm that is so needed. You're going to have energy out there. You're going to help the Cowlitz up and down and up the ballot. And hopefully, I know this is your dream, is that is after the race, when you win, or even if you don't win, that there will be people behind you that are like, hey, she did it and she did it well. I want to do it too. So for that, I just want you to know that we are truly, truly, truly honored and blessed, and we're behind you 100%. Let us know how we can help you. Visit the show anytime. Come visit Okaloosa. Give us some energy. I know we can't vote for you, but they have money. So get their money. So we'll set you up so that you can get some of their money, but also so that maybe somebody else will see it, be inspired by you across our counties. So it's not just Escambia. This wonderfulness can happen in Santa Rosa and Okaloosa and Walton and across the state. So I just want to say truly thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm excited. It's a new page for me. I tell this story all the time, but I can't remember who I told it. Jesus had to knock on my door to get me to run for office. And boy, did Jesus knock. I mean, but no, seriously, Mr. McIntosh told me 10 years ago that I was going to end up running for something. And I was like, yeah, big chance. I'm a community organizer. I'm in the streets, baby. But I realized that being in the streets is exactly why it's important for me to run right now. So thank you for all of y'all support. I'm so excited.
I don't know if you want to stay around for the rest of the show or not, but we again want to thank you for coming and being with us, and definitely you have our support, and I have a check for you. Might not be at the very top, but it's there.
Anything counts, okay? To the church house, anything. All of it matters for the building fund. I'm gonna actually go feed my children, and I will be tuned in on Facebook Live. So thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Derek, it's back on you.
Well, no, certainly. I just want to again thank Haley for coming on. I think if you couldn't tell by this panel, we are all, I don't know if excited, jubilant. I'm not sure what the correct adjective is that would describe the immense excitement that we have for Haley and her candidacy. But we are working. I will ask. I know I don't know if she said it or not, but she's also looking for volunteers in addition to money. So if you can, please reach out. We put her Facebook. I've given you her Act Blue, where you can make a donation to her campaign. It's scrolling across my box, and if you are watching us on Facebook Live, it is in the chat as well there. So please make sure you donate whatever you can. If it's $2, if it's $500, you got to spare $500. Give her a spare 500, give her 2 spare 500s, whatever you got. I'm certain that she will be forever grateful and thankful, but we're excited. This is our opportunity to make something happen for the citizens of Pensacola, Escambia County, and Gulf Breeze and Santa Rosa County. So let's give them the leadership that they deserve. So again, I thank Haley for coming on, and we're going to move on to our normally scheduled program at this point. We haven't been with you guys in a while. We've had a couple of shows where we've done some repeats. I hope everybody had an excellent Mother's Day. That was last week. And so, we're happy to be back on with you. I guess what we can do is start by a sense of the roundtable with our hosts to see what's going on in your areas, things that our viewers need to know about. So I will start with Christina first.
Hi, thank you, Derek. I'm so excited to actually finally be here. It seems like it feels like forever since we've all been together. We did get to go up to Leadership Blue. There's a ton of information that came out of there, and that was a huge Florida Democratic Party event, and I was super excited and energized by that. Mother's Day was incredible, particularly for me. I got to just for a plug, a personal plug, I got to see my oldest graduate out in California. And we didn't know if that was going to happen due to protesting and other things, and it did. And it was a beautiful, beautiful celebration. And then my youngest one is also graduating high school at the end of the month. And we left one of our other kids out there in California and they'll be home soon. So it's been a lot. There's definitely a lot going on here in Florida. I'm just glad to be back and be in the space and be able to be here with everybody. We have our huge Democratic Black Caucus state convention coming up next month that I'm sure Jill is going to talk about, but I'm super excited. We've got both Justins from the Tennessee 3 coming. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event. So I can't wait to see everybody there. And yeah, thank you. It's just really glad to be back in the space.
Good. Is there anything else that you think you might want to share? Any presidential news?
As far as
any accommodations, accolades, awards?
You're so sweet.
Oh, I thought I was talking presidential stuff. Come on.
So thank you. Yes. So the Democratic Women's Club State Convention was this past weekend, and I was awarded the President's Award, which is truly, truly humbling. And that goes across the entire state of Florida. And I wouldn't be who I am, honestly, without everybody here. Jill, you have continuously supported me. Derek, you have supported me. The whole Our Voices community has supported me. And with that, there was a group of ladies that stood up with me to help continue the work of the Democratic Women's Club within Santa Rosa County. And to each of them, Tony Pinicotu, Nikki Fisher, Kanisha Carson, Bielkalis McCoy, and Laura Beagley. I am so, so grateful to all of those who stood up with me and said, yes, we're going to keep this club running. We're going to keep it going. And not only that, but the support of our sister clubs out in Escambia County with help from Francesca and so many others that have just truthfully poured into me. And I'm grateful, I'm honored, I'm humbled, and really beside myself right now about it. So definitely want to say thank you. That is a lifetime honor and it's impactful. So thank you to everybody who made that happen.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I was going to go to Mr. Brennan, but he just left. So I will go to Mr. McIntosh.
Yes, want everybody to remember June the 21st is a Move for Change 27th annual Freedom is Not Free banquet. And the theme of this year's banquet is Democracy or Dictatorship. And we're going to, with a special focus on Juneteenth and voting rights. It's going to be at the Pensacola Improv Center, Event Center, 375 North Pace Boulevard, Pensacola, Florida. That's Friday, June the 21st, 2024. And our keynote speaker is Kyla Janae Lacey, who is a writer, spoken word artist. She's been featured and written about, right about now, BuzzFeed, Harvard Bazaar, Slate Magazine, the Tamron Hall Show she appeared on. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the New York Times, the Atlantic, Fox News. Her resume includes over 100 college and visits and speeches, and is a viral sensation on social media platforms. That's Movement for Change. 27th Annual Freedom is Not Free banquet. As you know, Moving for Change address ongoing community awareness on social justice issues. We advocate for action to improve human and civil rights concern. Our effort enhance education and financial opportunities and provide continued partnership with other organizations and promote unity and service for residents of Northwest Florida. We also work throughout the state with other organizations as well. So we asking everybody to come out and support Movement for Change. It's the one fundraiser we do each and every year to keep everything going. We have, their bills have to be paid. We have to raise money to do it as a nonprofit organization, and we don't get the monies that we should be getting from our community nor from the businesses that we think we ought to be getting. But we're asking everybody to participate and be a part of it. We are doing full page ads or 8x10, which is $175. A half page ad is $125, and a fourth page is $75, and business cards is $50. So we're asking people to at least buy the tickets to help support this great organization. We've been around since '97. So we look forward to seeing you at the banquet. Our social hour start at 5 o'clock, and then the banquet start at 6.
Hey Jerry,
Back to you, Dan.
what's the date again, and how would one get tickets?
They can call me at 850-206-3776 for the tickets, or they can call Rodney Jones at 850-293-2756, and Belinda Donaldson at 850-549-6144. Our tickets are only $50. They can come by our office at 1603 North Davis Highway and pick up tickets. And what was the other question you asked?
The date. I'm looking at what's the date again?
6/21. Yeah, Friday. It's okay. Friday, the 21st of June.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thank you, Mr. McIntosh. I want to go to, we don't get a chance to hear it too often, so I want to toss it over to Cheryl just to let us know how she's doing. We're happy to see you back, and anything that you got going on that you want us to know about.
Oh, well, thank you, Derek. I'm glad to be back. I don't have much going on right now. I've been down for a little bit, so I'm just happy to be back with you guys, and just getting back into the fold, and excited to see some things have been going on in my absence. We have some new candidates who have stepped up, and some events coming up. So I'm just excited to be back.
Thank you for being back with us. Mr. Vernon, what do you have for us?
Well, Joe Simon had a song at one time, Derek. You may be too young to remember it, but he says that the title of the song was "It Bees That Way Sometimes." Yeah, you remember that one, Jerry? It bees that way sometimes. Yeah. And so that's what I'm excited about today, is the bees. Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. I'm so excited about that, And she only left one bee off of it, and you know what that last bee is.
Yeah, I'll tell you. She shouldn't have went there with that sister trying to play the dress.
Yeah, I'll tell you. But
she went in on her.
Yeah. And I don't know what we're gonna weigh in on the young man over in Fort Walton Beach over at England. That's such a tragedy, and this stuff gonna have to come to a halt some kind of way, y'all.
Yeah. we're going to get to both of those here in just a bit. I am going to. I don't have anything for the first time in a while that I think I need to share, except for make sure that what I will do is do my typical thing is if you have not yet registered to vote, please make sure that you take this opportunity to go and do so. Right now, you had the opportunity to see one of our candidates, Haley Morissette, that is going to be running for Florida State House District 2. But I will say across Escambia County, as well as the other counties, we have a lot of candidates that are great, going to be running and hope to represent you. Specifically, you've already gotten a chance to see a couple weeks ago, we had Gabe Valamont, who was running for U.S. Congress for Congressional District 1, the area of Florida that is covered by Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and portions of Walton County here in Northwest Florida. We will, here at Our Voices, make sure that we get as many of the candidates that are running to come and sit, be a guest on our show, so you have a firsthand preview of those candidates. But it doesn't do any good to see the candidates if you aren't registered to vote. So what I will share are a couple of things. Make sure that you, at this point in time, go and take the opportunity to register to vote. You can, if you're in Escambia County, you can scan this QR code that you see on your screen, or you can call our supervisor of elections at 850-595-3900. You can call and also enroll and vote by mail. For those of you all who don't know, as at the end of 2022, so effective January 1, 2023, the vote by mail voting rolls were purged. So everybody who used to sign up, received a vote by mail ballot, no longer receives one unless you have re-enrolled in that service. You can call, again, you can use this QR code or go to the website at counteveryvoter.org/registration QR and register to vote or sign up for vote by mail. If you are in Santa Rosa County, you can do the same thing. Scan the same QR code or call your supervisor of elections office at 850-983-1900. Again, that's 850-983-1900. Or if you are in Okaloosa County, same QR code applies. Their supervisor of elections office is 850-689-5600. Again, that's 850-689-5600. Call them and let them know that you'd like to re-enroll and vote by mail, or if they need additional assistance in registering to vote, this is that time to do so. We have a lot of things that are going to be on the ballot. As we've heard, there are going to be 6. We talked about 3 of the amendments, but there are a total of 6 amendments that are on the ballot up for us to be voting on, and we'll cover those at a later point in our show later on as we get closer to election time. But we want to make sure that everybody has their opportunity to voice their vote through their vote. But in order to do so, you have to be enrolled. You have to be registered to vote. And for those who want to vote by mail, this is the opportunity to do so. So I'll make that plea for us. I'm sure in Escambia County, I will say this, we are anxiously trying to make sure that we get out and turn out as many people to vote. So if you are interested in volunteering, please feel free to call the Escambia Democratic headquarters at 850-407-7997. And certainly we will do everything that we can to make sure that we place you. We have opportunities to write postcards. We have opportunities to hang literature, to knock doors, to canvass, to register voters. We're going to be out in full effect. So this is the opportunity to get involved and make sure that you are registered. I think, Mr. Vernon, if you didn't see, I'm seeing that they hear our voices, but they see a basketball game on the show, on the television live. So they hear us, but they are saying something different.
No, okay.
I got the message twice, so it must be the somewhere. But that's all that I have. I will turn it over to Jill, and I have the website and video, whatever else you want us to reference. So go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Cheryl, it's so good for you to visit and come back home. You've been gone too long, so it's always great to see you. So I guess I will start with, there's so much going on. Some of it super exciting, and as Vernon alluded to, some of it quite shocking and not again. So we will start, though, as Christina said, with the Democratic Black Caucus of Florida. We have our 41st annual conference in Orlando on June 7th through the 9th. We are going to be blessed with Mr. Jerry McIntosh, with Mr. Vernon Watson, and with also Bill Snow. They are all going to be panelists. So we are bringing the panhandle to the Black Caucus. Many of us here have been working, but they don't realize there's others of us. And so we've infiltrated our panel. We've never had, I don't think we've ever had a panelist from Northwest Florida, because we always usually pull from Central Florida. So our keynote speaker is Representative Justin J. Pearson, and our special guest speaker is Representative Justin Jones, both of them of the Tennessee 3. And there is a special video that we would like to share with you, because it's not too late for you to join us. There's several of us coming from the area, and if you live anywhere in the state of Florida or nearby, it will absolutely be worth you coming to this conference. There's so much going on. We're going to share this video first.
Hey everybody, it's Tennessee State Representative Justin J. Pearson. I am so honored to be the keynote speaker at the 41st Black Caucus Conference and Gala, June 7th through the 9th in Orlando, Florida. I am so excited to be around Black Democrats who believe in freedom and liberty and justice for all, who believe in lifting up the voices of those who've been told that they're voiceless, who believe in building community where others have tried to build division. I'm so excited to join you June 7th through June 9th, and I want to see as many of you there as possible. Please go to the link in the bio or the link at the end of this post to join us. Can't wait to see you in Florida, and let's keep going.
So it's not often that we get a fabulous video that says, hey, I'm coming and I want to see you there. So that is your personal invite. If you have not heard from Derek in Escambia, or Christina in Santa Rosa, or myself in Okaloosa, or our Fort Walton, our Walton County team, and you have not personally been invited, then we are personally inviting you to what we feel is going to be an absolute game changer. So since we just had Hale on, they're young people. They're under 30, powerful, fighting for us. I don't think for many of us that there's anything you would want more than to see the energy, the fight that they still have, the enthusiasm when we're in such desperate times. And so I encourage you to join us. You could go to our website. It's www.dbc, spell out Florida, FLORIDA.org. And you just scroll down just a little bit. You'll see the flyer will come up. The very first button will take you to the page where you can get all the information on the conference. And then before we click that button, the second button, or he clicked it so fast, on here you can, okay, you went back. You're really quick there, Derek, today. The second button, so some of you are going to want to just pay for the gala. The gala is $200. And if you just want to do that, you literally can go to pay for your conference fees here. If you would like to, simple, easy, you just put in, click on the 200, put your information in, go to ActBlue, and it's simple, easy. We've made it just much more user-friendly for everybody. And then if we go back to the website and you click on that first button, it takes you to everything about the conference. So you can look at the conference itinerary, you can look at who we have for speakers, you can go over how to register for the conference. And the conference, I'm going to try to walk us through what the conference looks like, because we put a lot. I know some people are like, wow, you know, it seems like it might be expensive, but let me tell you what you get. So on Friday night, we are having the State of the Caucus, much like the State of the Union. President Mallory will be joined with a representative from Orange County. And just breaking news, just found this out the other day, Representative Justin Jones changed his schedule, his flight, to make sure he can be there to greet us. He's kicking off the conference Friday evening. And after that, we put on a wonderful reception, free food, free drinks, and you are well fed. And we just ask that you go to bed and get up early the next morning, because the next morning we will give you breakfast. And then we have 3 panels set up. Again, you'll have one, Bill Snow will be on What's at Stake. And then we have the past, present, and the future. And then we have the men's roundtable, which Jerry McIntosh will be on. We have a luncheon set up. At the luncheon, we've put together candidates, media, and faith-based. So for our media panel, Vernon Watson will be on that one. And then we will end that portion with a roundtable that's leaders. So we will have somebody hopefully from the FDP, somebody from the Black Caucus, our president. We will have somebody from different groups. And again, guess what? Representative Justin Jones is going to be there with us. He's going to be on the panel and share with us and give us that energy before we even see him that evening. And then we have a wonderful opportunity for candidates, and we do have some candidates from our area that are going. We have the candidate extravaganza, so that gives every single candidate, no matter what you're running for, the opportunity to go on stage. You get about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how many people we have. So if we don't have a whole bunch of candidates, then you'll get 5 whole minutes to go up there, put your QR code up, play your video, give us information on your platform, why you're running, how we can support you, what you need financially, volunteers, postcards, texting, whatever you need. And you're on stage in front of all of our participants in the conference. And then you get a short break. And we have a VIP reception where we have some fun, exciting stuff for those that have joined and signed up for that. And then right after that, we will go into our amazing gala. And we have, like we said, our mistress of ceremony is attorney Monique Worrell. You guys might remember that she was removed by DeSantis, and she's going to, it's really, last night I was thinking like how this all happened. And that I think it's irony, maybe not ironic. I'm going to say it's irony that we have her as the mistress of ceremony. And then we have the 2 Justins that are fighting. They just got removed. So you've got her that was removed and then them that were removed, but they got back in. I just think like how that all came together, because that was not our plan originally. It's just the way things are kind of falling together. So I'm excited to share that with you. We'd love for you to join us. Again, go to www.dbcflorida, and spell Florida out.org, and you can get all the information that you need. And we would love to see you there. It's June 7th through the 9th. It's in Orlando, but again, there's many of us going, so you can catch a ride, and we would just love to have you there. So on that note, I just want to say thank you. And Jerry and Vernon and Bill for just immediately saying, okay, we'll go. Okay, we'll go. We'll sign up for the conference. Whatever you want, we'll do it. So it's good to have family, and it's good to have family. And Cheryl, you're invited, and we'd love for you to come on down. There's no reason for you to be here by yourself. You need to come with us. We're all driving down, so you can surely get a ride with any one of us. So look at your calendar, see if you can come, and that goes for everybody else out there too. Derek, you have your hand up, or you're just saying Cheryl can ride with you?
No, I was just going to say, I think Cheryl had a very specific question. Okay. I'm putting her on the spot because I got to say. So there was a curiosity around female representation on the panel, specifically from the panel.
Are you volunteering? Okay. I don't have.
I'm very proud of our guys for being, you know, on the different panels, but I think we should show up in full force. They need to see the, you know, like you or Christina up there.
Well, we are, because we're part of the, I guess because we're in leadership, we usually don't put our leadership on there. But if you, Cheryl, would like to come, I have a panel for you.
I would like to come.
Okay. Would you like to be on the panel?
Sure. Let me find out which panel.
It doesn't matter. You just have to say yes, because I think I only have one slot open, but you just need to say yes. I think it'll be great. And look at that. So that's wonderful. Yeah, we don't usually, like we have for the first time ever, we're going to put our president on the last one, but it's because it's leadership across the state of Florida. We have invited the NAACP to that. So we're kind of trying to make sure that leaders from across the state in different organizations can come together and figure out, how does democracy not die on our watch? And I'm not even sure that I said that that's our theme, but that's our theme. Democracy will not die on our watch. And sure, we would love to have you. So I'm sure Derek's going to send me your information, because I'm not sure that I have it. I will write you up the official letter and let you know which panel you will be on. And it's not too late for you to get a hotel room and all of that, unless you have family in Orlando. So let me know if you're going to be coming Friday or Sunday, and Friday to Sunday or Saturday or whatever, and I'll make sure that happens. Okay. So great question. Okay, so now you need to come, because you're going to see all of us in action. Exactly. So they'll be on panels, and Derek will be doing his thing, and Christina will be doing her thing as the first vice, and I will be rolling around doing some of whatever needs to be done. But if you want to have fun, like Jerry said, I'm going to come, I'm going to hang out with y'all. I'm like, you're not going to hang out with me, you will have no fun. You need to hang out with Christina or Derek, because they will actually get to see things. So Derek and Christina, Jerry wants to hang out. So you make sure you get to absolutely everything.
I'm not sure who Jill is lying to, or what lies she is telling on this good television, but she don't let any of us hang out. I ain't never hung out at no conference a day in my life.
I don't even know why he's saying that.
What we do is work. We literally work. So, Mr. McIntyre, God bless. I don't know if your definition of hanging out includes work, but that's technically what hanging out means.
So I have to be honest.
But all right.
Let me just be honest. So part of that is absolutely true. We do a lot of work. However, they both get to see at least one panel where I see none. So to me, you can hang out, like they can tell you where to sit, and then they can go run and work and come back and be like, okay, time. And at least they're there. They might be working the door. They might be the timekeeper. So I'll make sure they're around, but they will be working, but they'll be around in there. But at least they get to see it. So I don't know.
We do. I don't want to say we, but every conference I do at least get to see one panel, enjoy one panel. And if I'm there, I am definitely excited to hang out with whoever is there. Just know I might get pulled away. But yes, every single conference I do get to see a minimum of one panel, and sometimes a couple of them. And sometimes I'm like, I'm watching, I'm staying focused. And it is incredible what comes out of these conferences. And Jill has done such an incredible job, and really bringing everybody together, bringing together so many voices so that our community is really heard, whether you're coming from Pensacola or all the way down in South Miami. All the issues that we bring within our own communities is really there, and it's heard, and it's raw. And so, there's so much that goes on.
Yeah, Jill will let you hang out with her, but you're gonna be working. I like to froze the legs.
But they have some time.
And
sometimes.
Mr. McIntosh, that wasn't even our event. So let you know, if you're working at somebody else's event, I don't know what you think you're gonna be doing at our own personal event. That wasn't our event, and we was working. So yeah.
I like to work. I like for things to, I want you to come and experience something that you don't normally get to experience. And I don't want you, not my team, but I don't want the other people that are attending to ever have to do anything. I don't want them to want for anything. I want them to have the experience of a lifetime and go back and say, you missed it. You should have been there. So that's what we try to put on every year. This year, we are just honored and blessed because our speakers are top. They're one of the best speakers that we have ever had. We did have Ben Crump way back in the day. We had Hakeem Jeffries way back in the day. And I say back in the day, it was 10 years ago. So don't go too far back. So back in my day, like 10 years ago. Because Jerry's like, how far back was it? 10 years. 10 or 9 or 8 years. And we did have Tommy from the Martin Show right before he passed away. So that was a very unique and fabulous. He was good. And then he passed away. It was just unfortunate. But so that's our conference. Please come. I'm excited. Cheryl, I have to tell you, I don't know what the panel is. So you're just going, I'm sure you'll do great because I don't know what it is. I don't remember now. But I do know I was going through it today and I was like, I have a spot left. I need to find somebody and I need females. Somehow, when we put all this together, we wanted to make sure because we keep saying that what's missing is the Black male vote. And so I have a Black male panel, but then as I was putting everything together, like I got pastors and we had like 4 male pastors. I'm like, where are the females? On the stage, I have all these men. I'm like, where are the females? I gotta go back and fix some stuff. So thank you for helping me fix some of I was so laser focused on making sure. So it's gonna be great. And I think this is the perfect time to transition into what Vernon had brought up, and that is Okaloosa County making news yet again, and not in a good way. Many of you, I'm sure, have heard, seen the video of a young man, senior airman Roger Fortson, and they just had a candlelight vigil on Friday. And I have to tell you that because many of us have children on here and Black young men, I am one of those that sort of kind of thought this will never happen here. Like not so blatantly here. Like we had a year ago in Crestview, a gentleman that was home. Somebody called the police because they heard some noise, fighting even, they would say. And he did not really let them in the door. But when they got in the door and they knocked him to the ground, tased him, and they tased him so many times he ended up dying. Find out in that case, again, this is Okaloosa County, Crestview, less than a year ago. In that case, there was no one in the house. He was playing a video game. And what the neighbor heard was fighting on the video game. And he lost his life. He had 5 children, and he lost his life. And the person that they thought he was fighting with was at work. There was no de-escalation. And the NAACP in Okaloosa County is amazing. They got involved, they got engaged, and they promised yet again they were going to give the training, do the de-escalation training, do the sensitivity training, and that this would never happen again. And then if you fast forward, I believe it was November, you have Sheriff's Office, Okaloosa County, and there is a person handcuffed in the vehicle. He's handcuffed in the vehicle, and the officer's outside the vehicle, and he feels something, which turns out to be an acorn, and he unloads his gun into this vehicle, falls on the ground and says, I'm shot, I'm shot, I'm shot, to find out that it literally was just an acorn that fell on him. And then fast forward to just last week. Someone made a phone call, and said, you know, hey, I hear some arguing, I hear some fighting. The police get there, the sheriff gets there, one of the sheriff officers gets there. They have not released the name, so we don't know exactly who it is. They talk to the person. The person takes them upstairs to the apartment that they say it's at. He does knock on the door loudly. He does say sheriff's office 2 or 3 times. And Senior Airman Roger Fortson opens the door. His left hand, he has a gun in his right hand. His finger is not on the trigger. The gun is not pointed up. It is pointed clearly down to the ground. And the officer says nothing and starts shooting, shoots 6 rounds. He falls to the ground and he says, are you going to help me? And the officer is outside the door calling, saying, shots fired. We need backup and we need assistance. He says, are you going to help me? So he's still talking. He's been shot 6 times. And he's saying, are you going to help me? He says, as soon as you get rid of the gun, and he says, the gun's over there. And if you watch the rest of the video, you will see the officer walk through the house to look for the person that's not even in there. He was in the house by himself with a dog. So there was I can't tell you that he was on FaceTime with his girlfriend. I can't tell you exactly what was said or what was done. But what we do know is that from the time that happened to the time he got to the hospital, he unfortunately succumbed to his wounds. And the story his mom told, first of all, I don't know. I absolutely know I could never do what she did. She was able to stand in front of us and tell a story with a picture, and she had tears, but she is stronger than I think I can ever imagine, because I would have been, you'd have found me on the floor. I just couldn't have done it. And they just want justice, because the police or the sheriff's department, when they first came out, they painted a different picture. They painted him not as who he was. He is an airman. So you're trained, and they had an airman that talked, and he said, we're trained. We train our guys. He said, I've been training them for 20 years. And we tell you, if somebody knocks on your door, you protect yourself and your family. He didn't come to that door, who knows? Maybe he came because he knew he lived in the area that he lived in, and he was going to help the sheriff. Maybe he really didn't know who it was, and he just came to the door trying to make sure he was protected, but there was no threat. And there was no de-escalation. So I guess we should open that up for conversation, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Well, that this is just it's amazing, Jill. And I don't know what the truth of the story is, but one rendition of the story is that when the officer came initially, he knocked and didn't present himself. He just knocked, and I guess he was listening to what was going on. I don't know. And then again, but the body cam portion of it showed that when he did knock, and then he announced himself. So I don't. So Ben Crumpner got that story following up as well. So I don't know. The truth of that matter is that a part of the body cam, but that's a part that they did not show.
The body cam cleared that up. So what happened was the family had not seen, when they did their first press release, they had not seen the body cam. So they were kind of going by what they had, the little bit of information they were getting from the sheriff, and then and I'm not sure if she's a girlfriend or the fiance that was on FaceTime with him, and what she heard. So they did not believe, because she was on the phone with him and she didn't hear. So I believe what she was saying is that we didn't hear it. We didn't hear it. We didn't know who it was. Maybe when he first got up, he really didn't know who was there. I don't even think, people are going through all that. I don't think that that's even important, because he went to the door in his own house, and he's
with a legal gun.
He's in the military. You should be able to go to your door. It's my door. I should be able to go to my door and make sure that I'm protected. And he didn't do any aggressive movement. He literally opened the door.
With his right hand up, left hand up,
Yes.
left hand up, and gun
He could
pointed
have
down.
said, he could have moved. So let's just paint this picture. They're at an apartment complex with cinder blocks. That officer could have moved to the left easily and said, please drop your gun. He couldn't have shot him if he wanted to, and he wasn't trying to. His hand wasn't on the trigger. The gun was down. All you had to do is say, drop your gun.
Right.
Drop your gun and he would be alive. De-escalation. First of all, you should have never went there by yourself in the first place, because protocol for any domestic violence call is that there has to be backup. And the reason there's backup is because if I'm fighting with my significant other and you come knock on the door and you get Jill and move her to the side because Jill's screaming and yelling, you can't stop my significant other from coming and hurting me or you. You have to have two. So he could have waited. There's so many things that could have, should have happened, but the honest truth is, the bottom line is, there is a young man that fought for this country, that came to freaking Okaloosa County and is not here anymore. And there has to be some kind of justice. First, with them clearing his name. You just can't. I mean, but I'll let you guys talk. Go ahead.
Well, you know, the Pentagon has gotten involved in it, so maybe there will be some justice. I don't know, but I know the people from the Pentagon was speaking on it the other day. So hopefully, between them and Trump and the family, they do get the kind of justice they deserve, because the young man shouldn't have been killed. You know, the video showing everything, that he had his hand up like this and the gun was pointed down at the ground, and he was at his place. And there's something called the Casa Doctrine. The Casa Doctrine means I can protect my home, you know, and then also the stand your ground law. Yeah. So it's two laws that were supposed to have been protecting him, but didn't protect him at all. And we've seen it so many times before. And, you know, where people who are in their own home murdered by law enforcement for no reason whatsoever. You know, and like you said, Jill, all he had to do was ask the guy to drop the weapon. And I'm sure he would have did it, because he didn't know. And it depends on where you're at in your house, whether you can hear someone say anything or not. If I'm out in the back, on my patio, somebody can knock all day. I would never hear them, you know, and but if I'm up front, yeah. But if I'm in the back or in my back bedroom, I can't hear back there if you're knocking on my door and letting you ring the bell. You know, so it's just so many variables that, like you said, could have been avoided, really.
And I was at the vigil. Christina was there. Our local president was there, and Gabe Alamont was there. But I was next to a friend of mine. She's a principal at a school in Crestview, and her son just graduated, airman, same rank. And literally, it was just too much. It was just too much, because there's a certain point where they have to go off of base. They can't live on base. She was telling me they have to go off. So he had just left the comfort zone, the safety. And I don't know when. I just, you watch so many things, and you can't help but notice that there are other people that do other things and they kill people, and yet they're still alive. Mm-hmm. This is somebody that just answered their door. And you're so afraid. Who said there was the gentleman that came, the cousin, that you're so afraid of the color of our skin that you immediately, not just one shot, but 6. That was your immediate response. Not hi, not how are you, not, I hear there's a disturbance. Is there anybody else home with you? Which is protocol. None of that. Just boom, 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 boom. And the gentleman, he was the cousin of somebody of the pallbearer that came at the end of it. But he said it so clearly. He said, you know, all police aren't bad, and that's absolutely true. They're not all bad. But those of you that the color of our skin intimidates or makes you respond like this, then you shouldn't wear the uniform. There are many things you can do. Many things you can do. But if that is your immediate response, then you're in the wrong position. And we keep calling and we keep saying, we keep doing, but when is enough enough? For me, when is enough enough? Like that is, I never thought that would happen here. Just like I never thought that, you know, there'd be school shootings here. I mean, the things that you just think aren't going to come to you, come to you. And it is an absolute call for everybody. I would say this is where you really do need to register to vote, because we control in a lot of our counties, not all counties. I'm not sure this is true in Santa Rosa. I think I've heard Christina talk about them not being able to elect their sheriff, but we, the city council is the one, and the commissioners are the one that are going to have to hear this and figure out what to do. Those are elected officials that we elect. We need to hold them accountable. And the only way to hold them accountable is for you to register to vote and then get educated and go vote. It's not enough to say, oh, so-and-so, I went to Cheryl. Cheryl helped me register. Great. But if you don't go on the days that there are elections and you don't vote, then it means nothing. And we continue to sit here and one by one lose our Black men. That is unacceptable.
I agree. Well, you know, one of the things that you said that, you know, they was talking about training, sensitivity training and all that. It's always amazing to me that when it comes to us, you need all this training. But like you say, there are people who will kill someone, but they end up going to jail. So it's not, I don't think it's even about the training, the sensitivity. I think it's about, I'm gonna, you know, any little thing gonna make me react and I'm gonna shoot you, or, you know, I'm gonna abuse you some kind of way. But you know, the police in this country is supposedly not have some of the best training in the world. But I doubt it very serious. Like if you can go 6 or 8 weeks and become a police officer, you haven't been trained properly. Not as far as I'm concerned.
Jerry,
You know,
I agree with you. I don't know what I may have the criminal wrong. You know, maybe it was Dylan Roof, but the guy that went in that black church killed up all those folks, and they took his ass to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, they rewarded him. They rewarded him.
Wow.
I just want to say something real quick. I don't think it has anything to do with the training. If our lives are not valued and we don't have the privileges that other people have, where we can speak up for ourselves or protect our homes, training has very little to do with it. There are a lot of police, I won't say all, but there are a lot of law enforcement that don't value us at all, and you know, are just waiting for the right opportunity to do the wrong thing. When I heard that story, and then shortly thereafter heard the story of the golfer who attacked a police officer and still made it to tea time, but then on the flip side, we have a young Black man who was just in his home minding his business and is no longer here. I'm getting tired of hearing these stories of these polar opposite situations where we always end up getting the short end of the stick.
You know, Cheryl, one of the great examples of that probably would be the incident just recently happened here with the 2 officers that got jumped on at the community center by these ladies and so forth. they showed enough restraint. You know, they had provocation to do more than what they did, but yet they had and only because those officers was black and the people was black. Maybe but they didn't. They could have been justified in using force had they been crazy enough to do that. But they knew that, and that's what the same level of restraint and respect that we expect out of all officers. You know, give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Okay, don't shoot first, start asking questions later. This is not the Wild
Yeah,
West.
we don't get that grace though. We don't get that benefit of the doubt. We don't have that privilege of just being us and existing, you know, alongside everybody else without it being a problem. And I think it's just the lack of respect and the lack of regard to our lives.
Yeah, oh, Heisem Abdullah called in. He said, you know, we got to hold the people that hire these people. You know, they know that these people are the wrong people who are out there. So we have to hold them responsible as well for hiring these people that come on the police force. And the thing about it, once they join the union, it's hard to get rid of them because the police union and all that is they are they have gained too much power in the country that you can't even fire a police officer in many instances when they are doing wrong, or they can just go, you know, and what should happen, they should be